That was the first step, and I failed to do that. There we go. And now we'll move over.
Hey, are we live?
Yes, I swear.
Hey, everybody, and welcome back to Embers by Daybreak, brought to you by Natural One RPG. I am your ever illustrious and very tired DM, Francisco. And today we pick up where we last left off last week. Well, as I told you all last week, there's a new scenery change here.
He
I moved.
moved! Hurrah!
I'm not locked in the basement anymore. I'm set free.
I still am.
Regardless, now I have living spaces. But
You did
nevertheless,
it.
we are short one Dylan this session, um, since he unfortunately had to bow down to our corporate overlords, all the reptilian men
R.I.P.
and all. Yep.
R.I.P.
But just remember, buy gold. Ain't that
Okay.
right, Mona? Anyways, where we last left off. The party had returned to the Ember and had to explain themselves to Captain Brand, who effectively took their explanation with some grace, uh, though there was a brief hint of
A lot
uh,
better than I thought.
yeah, a brief hint of humanity that it showcased. Very, very subtle. Uh, Regardless, the party has also named the hobgoblin boy they found on the Light Iron, the ship that was surrounded by green foam. They decided to call him Calvin. And Calvin received a nice and actually very well done haircut by the ever fantastic Terry E.S. And after that, the party went off and did meandered about. Uh, Petrichor did David and Nephra a favor of dousing them with salt water until they were
It's the
more
best I could do.
clean
Best I
than
could do.
before. There's, they were still covered in vomit from the previous encounter, and after some exposition and some realization that some Derekai were giving Terry the evil eye, or so it seemed, Nephra went off to the mess hall to talk with Nina. Meanwhile, Petrichor and Terry took Calvin into the men's quarters to show Calvin where Nephra was, or where Nephra's bunk was, as they had decided that that Calvin will sleep with Nephra. Because what's better for a young, uh, impressionable hobgoblin child than to be put next to a neurotic sleeper? Nevertheless, David encountered them in the room, and then they found a sweating and obviously uh, disruptive man sleeping in his bunk with a faint hint of violet in his veins. Now, with that said, what are the performers doing right now?
Well,
Gee, my eye.
since we were just getting the bed thing situated, I was pretty much, it was just looking at the guy.
Yep.
We all were like, you okay?
And you see he's still in his sleep. He's just, it looks like he's sick. He's sweating profusely. You see most of the wool blanket over him is somewhat moist, just from the sheer amount of sweat coming off his body. And while faint, the violet veins are evident on his face.
Now, normally, I wouldn't be one to suggest this. But David, can you please go get the doctor? Just on the fact of the violetness of him, just would you mind go getting your pal?
Yes, I have gone to get the doctor.
Right, David, you go off to get Dr. Rykov, who you haven't seen in the last few hours since you returned. Um, and as you go, Terry, is there anything else you'd like to do? Or are you all
Uh,
just really? I should say this is going towards Terry, Petrichor, and in extension Calvin, who is currently holding on to Terry again.
Um,
What do you three end up doing when David runs off?
I feel like we should take him back to the women and children because I don't know what this guy's gonna do, and I'd rather not have Calvin in the middle of it. I don't know about you, Terry.
And Calvin in the middle.
That is a great idea. We should leave.
Let's go. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Especially if that doctor's coming around, I don't want to shove more blood in my face.
Mm-hmm. True.
So regardless, David, roll me a d20. Add your perception check or your perception skill to it.
My perception skill. That will be at 18.
18. You go to the office and you realize Dr. Rykov's not in there. But there, you do notice several key things. One, his shoes are not left in the room, so you know he's not anywhere nearby. He has a tendency of just walking around without his shoes if you let him. But if you were to go up to the higher deck, he would obviously put them on. You also notice that the room seems to be more of a disarray, more so than usual. To the point where you're like, okay, this is actually just a shithole right now. You see several instruments are lying about, some things you don't even know could exist and would use for medicine are just laying about. So you know he's been pretty active.
That herbal medicine.
Mm-hmm.
Several plants of nondescript nature goes off in the corner.
Oh, sweet. Maple leaves.
And you do hear some commotion upstairs at the break.
Always something. I'll go up there.
All right. You go up there and you find Dr. Rykov actually. Standing next to the cabin door. He is rightfully a mess. More so than usual.
Uh-oh.
His hair, usually disheveled, is more so to the point where it looks like he has not touched it in about a day, hours. You see, at least you're looking from his back. His clothes were the same ones that you saw him last time. The very same ones. And his shirt's untucked, as if he hasn't cared to actually put it in, to make himself look somewhat presentable, like he usually does. He's currently standing outside the cabin quarters, you see him finishing a series of knocks and just kind of standing there, holding something in his hands.
Are you doing okay there, friend?
He turns around. Oh shit, David. What's up? What are you doing?
I feel like that's a better
What's up, my
question
guy?
for you.
Oh, what are you talking about? I am perfect.
Really?
You see, the minute he turns to look at you, there are severe bags, and you suspect he has not slept. Keeps touching his face too. Just
You're one to talk here. What are you doing here?
that's a very, very, very astute question for you. What are we doing here on the ship? What's the world coming to?
You ever wonder why we're here?
I'm sorry, David. I'm very tired. But I am trying to get in contact with the captain, but she won't see anybody right now.
Any particular reason?
I think I may have uncovered something about the the violent cataclysm that we uncovered, or that you all uncovered, I should say.
Well, then I have great news for you because you're about to have a test subject. Come to the men's quarters, will you? As I kind of hardly grab him.
You see, he kind of like allows himself to be pulled a little bit. Wait, why'd you? No way. As you're kind of dragging him, and you see the energy coming back to this man. As soon you find him outpacing you, it's like, oh, I can't wait. Are you saying someone's actually infected on the ship? He's
I
saying
don't.
this.
You don't need to be happy
Wow.
about this, alright? I already have enough suspicions going around about you.
Oh, I had nothing to do with it, and I wish I did.
I
Oh.
wouldn't say this, alright? Don't say this to people.
You see some people actually looking over now, like confused. Like, what's wrong with the doctor? You hear
More
some
than you
people
know.
actually say that. As you're hurriedly running out, he's almost like he's power walking at this point, almost to the point where we're breaking out into a jog. This man who you often know not to be more of the athletic type is certainly outpacing you at this moment.
Well, I'll make sure to bump
I need
myself up
to
here.
I need to see this, a live specimen. Oh, this is fantastic.
Well, you watch yourself because you don't know how long that's gonna last.
Oh, I hope it lasts for at least a day. I need to see how a corpse will react to the blood.
You're not helping yourself.
But as you two go down, Terry and Petrichor, you make your way back over to the female section of the female quarters, I should say, where the children are also currently reside. And easily enough, the minute you go in, several of the children come around and they're like, Petrichor, as they see you, and they're fond of your water tricks. But you see, they start coming up, and then they kind of stop a little bit, curiously looking down at the young red-skinned boy, kind of almost hiding behind Terry.
Hey everyone, this is our new friend Calvin. Everybody say hi to Calvin.
Yeah, I'll look over to Kevin, and you see a couple of them kind of wave their hands. Hi, Calvin.
See, Calvin, these are other kids your age. They're very nice. You could play with them for a little bit because we're gonna have to take care of some business. We'll be back soon though. Do you wanna go play with these kids?
You see Calvin
Some like 30-year-old that's just like, no.
like, like dropping a kid off at kindergarten. They're just like, no.
Terry, you feel the weak little grip on your leg get a little bit tighter. Not stronger, just tighter. As you feel like he's already grabbing onto you with all his might.
Say something. I don't know what to do.
I don't know how to handle children.
I'm only good at tricks. I don't know what else to do. Don't turn to the ring guy.
Okay. Listen, bud. We have to go take care of something that needs our undivided attention. We're gonna need you to stay here. Stay safe and lead these kids. Okay? They don't know what's going on. You do. You are our future. You are the leader.
Oh God, why are you
Show them what to do.
like this? Oh God.
Make a perception check with advantage because you are an adult and he is a child.
$19.
19 total?
Yes.
All right. You see Calvin kind of look up at you. His eyes widen a little bit. And then you see a slowly forming look of determination in brief little nod. You see him pull out his dagger.
No,
from the sheath.
Calvin, we're not gonna use our weapons. We're gonna keep them safe and on ourselves, but we're not gonna show the other kids because the kids might not know how to use them like you do.
Everybody in there goes, that kid's got a knife.
No, it's just a toy.
I got a knife!
No!
Mommy, could I have a knife?
No, God, no.
That's actually what one of the other kids says. The mother looking over to you all concerned.
It's
No, dear, you cannot have a knife.
It's a-
Petrichor.
it's a family heirloom. He's quite attached to it as
You tell the
His-
orphan no.
his previous guardian, he gave it to him. Like, we'll just let him hang on to it. He won't hurt the other kids. Just keep an eye on him. I know.
So you say just
I know.
keep an eye on him, and that makes me think he's gonna hurt the other kids.
Keep it on like any other kid. Just
Oh, poor dear.
yeah.
You see, Calvin has now turned around, facing the door, legs spread apart, holding the dagger out, similar to the position you all found him in when you started to approach the body. Same untrained way of holding the knife, but you feel like that's what comes naturally to him.
Mhm.
And he's kind of just standing there, holding the blade, and in his also by the hilt, he's also holding the scabbard that he was given, kind of to the hilt. So it's more. It looks like he can drop it really easily because he has too much in his hands.
Hey, Calvin, we're gonna put the scabbard back on, bud. Okay? And how about this? You kind of go. So you can sit on this cot here. You know, it's nice. You don't have to worry. You're gonna have a good time, hang out with these other kids, and then, you just keep a watch out. You don't have to have your dagger out the whole time. Just keep an eye out. Watch out for the other kids. You got to help them, okay, in case they need anything. But not all the
But
time.
don't hurt them.
Just
It's
don't
very
hurt them.
important.
Yes, you can't use your dagger on anybody else here. Okay?
Off in the distance, close by, you do hear one of the kids say, "I want to play with Calvin's knife."
No.
No,
We're not gonna do
"So
that."
I."
Oh, God.
Like, knife.
No, God, no, please.
No.
The mother's now looking at you, very worried, Petrichor.
Oh, God. Okay.
You know, at this point, we could just give them all knives.
No! We do not want to start a small riot.
And at that
We already had issues with
Well,
that.
That's
We'll
how,
let nature
that's
take
how
its
the
course.
militia formed.
Yeah.
one of the kids, "What's a riot?"
Nothing to worry about, bud. It's don't worry about it. It's an
Do we
adult
get
word.
knives in a riot?
No. This is a special item from it's his only,
Oh.
and he is not allowed to show anybody else because it's very near and dear to him. You know how you have a favorite a stuffed animal or something from your parents that you care about. You keep it close to you, you care about it. Well, that's what he feels about his knife. He's never known any other toys. You guys show him your stuffed animals and what you guys have? Show him how to play. He doesn't know how to play. But not with knives.
You see,
Not with a
yeah,
knife.
kind of looking like, yeah, we're gonna grab our toys, and then there's that one kid's like, "I want a knife too, Mom."
When you're older, you gotta turn
He's
18 and eat your
running away.
vegetables.
Eat your vegetables.
It's like, "Mom, I want a knife," and another mother looks over, just
It's just he has to be 18 and eat his vegetables. Right, Mom?
No vegetables until you're 18.
Probably though.
And some rapid footsteps as you see a very disheveled Dr. Rykov kind of almost run past the doorway, and followed by a very how is David taking the appearance of his friend right now?
The appearance is one thing. His actions are another.
Yeah. Followed by David close by.
Well, that's our cue. We gotta go.
That is
So
our cue to leave.
Nothing to worry about. We're
Aw.
just gonna go check and see what's up.
we're gonna go right down the
Okay.
hall. Right down the hall. No worries. Just have a fun time playing with these kids. Don't take your dagger out of the scabbard. The slip thing. Don't take it out of there. You keep it in there. You don't want the pointy object out. You want to hurt anybody. Okay? Keep it in the thing. We'll be right back.
You see Calvin still holding the dagger out.
No, we're gonna put the thing on the thing.
You have such a way with words, Petrichor.
You see him
Thanks.
put the hilt in first into the
No,
scabbard.
Other way.
Jam it.
Flip it around.
You know,
Flip it around.
and now he's somewhat turned into a two-handed sword somehow.
Just a little. Just the lid. The lid. Yeah, and I'm just gonna kind of like help him guide it into the scabbard. Okay, we're gonna leave it like this. You'll be safe, and you'll be able to use it if needed. But
But it
do
shouldn't
not.
be needed.
But
Don't
it's
use
not
it on
be needed.
kids.
Do not use it on any of the other children. Okay? We'll be right down the hall. We'll be back in a little bit. See you soon.
He just nods and takes the dagger quickly. Still holds it by the hilt.
Mhm.
Similar position. It's just covered now.
Better. Okay. Is right.
All right. And as
Okay,
you
bye.
leave, Calvin at the strange kindergarten. Most of them now wanting knives.
No.
David, you follow Dr. Rykov into the male's quarters, and he goes to the center of it and he kind of looks around, turns around back to you. So where is he?
Hey, do I see the bed that he's in?
Yeah, fairly close by to where Nefer was.
Let's go where Nefer was.
I'll go over.
Ah, got it. I have no clue where anybody is. I don't sleep with you. And then he kind of goes over, and the minute he sees a man, he's on top of him. He's just
course.
he's ready. He's rushed him. He's pulling apart his eyelids to look into his eye.
Pounces, notices Violet. Ooh, what's this?
Oh no.
You see him tear up take out a vial that's empty in his pocket. And
Oh
start taking out
Jesus.
some
Oh
blood.
God.
And he's like, "Oh yeah."
By the time we get in, I'm like,
Finally.
what are you doing?
Yeah, you find Dr. Rykov all over this man, who's slowly waking up. Just
Okay, you're gonna step
What's
back,
going on?
sir. Step back.
you see,
Step back.
Get,
David, get a hold of your friend.
He's not going to learn anything if he doesn't do this. Relax.
Well, there's this thing called asking
Boundaries?
people first.
you
May
see
not
the
have that
minute the
time.
man starts waking up, Dr. Rykov looks down. All right, I need you to tell me honestly. How do you feel? Do you feel fatigued? Are you in pain? Does it hurt when you pee? You need to tell me
He
this
has the
question.
worst bedside manners I've ever seen.
How many
Look at me.
doctors have you
The
met?
fate of science is in
One.
our hands. I need you
better.
to tell me everything. The guy in bed's just like, Doctor, is that you? He's like, yes, and I need you to tell me everything you know. Why are you like this? Why? Why do you feel?
Well,
what?
I didn't
Do you
have a
feel
good
cold?
childhood, and
can you see clearly? Can you see my face? Obviously you can. You just call me the doctor. But then again, you might know my voice. Can you hear me? Okay. And he's going on and on. The guy's
Give the
clearly
poor man a break.
overwhelmed.
Okay, one at a time, doctor. One at a time.
You see the guy kind of look up at you. What's going on?
You're
Oh.
looking a little ill there, my friend.
What are you
That we
talking
have the doctor to come take a look at you. So if you can answer his questions as best as you can, that'll make everything go a lot quicker.
Okay. Sure. I don't know which one should I answer first.
Let's start from the top. How do you feel?
You see Dr. Eichhoff has realized his folly and kind of just taking a step back. And you see it's taking a lot of restraint not to go back on the offensive with him.
Gotta take this nice and easy. It's like handling 2 children today, man. Not handle this very well. One at a time.
You see
Except
the
the
guy.
difference is with this child, I can do this, and I'll slap Rykoff on the back of the head.
Valid.
Okay. Thank you. I'm more awake now and I can take more astute notes. David, you're
Okay.
always a wonderful companion and friend and childhood. Menace.
Professionalize yourself.
Get yourself together, man.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. Fine. I need his clothes.
You will wait on any of that. Just
All
listen.
right. I need every single part of it. He's just going on muttering to himself at this
Slap
point.
him again.
What?
You see the guy, look at you. I feel strange.
Okay.
Why is everything so wet?
It's because you were sweating in your sleep. That's why we called the doctor.
Oh, all right. I feel weird.
Okay.
Like something's like I got bugs crawling inside me or something.
Okay. When you went to bed, how did you feel comparatively?
I was tired. It was a night shift.
Okay. Did
we had
anything weird happen that day?
The silent was there.
Okay.
I guess he was talking to someone. What? You hear that?
What do you hear?
It's
You
like-
taking notes, doctor?
Of course, it's all getting written down in this cranium right here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no. I totally believe that.
Right. Yeah. You see him pull out, reach into his pocket, pull out actually paper and a charcoal pen.
Okay.
Or charcoal piece, I should say. And he
Okay.
starts writing it down furiously.
Now, is it all over? Do you feel these little buggy veins thing? What's
I
going
feel
on
as
there?
though- but it may be in our best interest to try to move this into Rykoff's office as soon as possible.
That's a very smart opinion, and I say we do that. Get it out from the public.
Why do you think it's bad?
No, you were.
Who's to say, but when you're getting the sweats, you don't want to get the others with any sick. We don't need anybody getting the sniffles around here. Let's make
Once
sure
one
we're
person
all
gets
good.
it, everybody gets it, and you
It's
don't
a
want
condensed area, a lot of germs. We should.
Exactly.
It's fine. We'll take you back to the sick.
I mean, I don't feel bad. I actually
precautions.
Yeah, safety first, you know.
Yeah, you don't want to be. You don't
You
want
want
to
to
be
nip
thinking
it in
too
the
much
bud if
ahead.
it's anything serious.
This
Understand.
is a weird feeling. I feel great. It's like there's power going through me.
you must be incoherent. You look so sick. I mean, you probably have such a high fever. Let's take you into the infirmary.
I I don't want to go. I oh, what's gonna happen?
Yeah, we're
What
just
she's
gonna,
just gonna run tests.
Is there something wrong with me?
nah. Yeah, you mean you look? You're not. Not everybody goes to sleep in the sweats, so you never know. Just gotta make sure you're all good. Give you that slap on the knee, make sure those reflexes are kicking in. The classic stuff, just like a physical.
I'm sure I'm fine. I should be good. Don't worry.
Please, the doctor insists, right?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I need you to come in my office right now.
Yep.
I don't want to go more now than before.
Well, I know. I'm just
Y'all
gonna.
got
So
anything to
I'm gonna.
take him down?
Well, so I'm just gonna kind of leave. I'm just gonna kind of turn over by like the other two, and just gonna kind of do like the. Oh well, the captain really pushed for all these physicals of the overnight people. Really,
She wants.
just like she's gonna have a real tough time if we don't get these physicals done. I mean, it's not
She
like
wants to
it's
make
not
sure
like
everyone's healthy.
yeah, just like we're looking for fit crew to try to really help everybody out and get some extra food and supplies. Maybe you never know, but we're able to get those extra hands.
And the night crew is so needed. I mean, not everybody can do that. It's a very, very few bunch. And Captain always wants to make sure those ones are the most fit and most well. So, I mean, by not going with the doctor, you're basically not following Captain's orders. And I don't think Captain would like to hear that.
You went
Come
more
on, it's just 10
extortiony than
minutes
I
out
was
of your
planning
day.
on it. You went more extortiony than I was planning.
What can I say?
You see him kind of just. I, I, okay, I'll go, I guess.
It's only 10 minutes of your time, and then if doctor finds out you're looking great, send you right back. No worries.
Yeah, just a proper physical. Make sure you're up in that fit form. Just always got to keep the tabs on everybody. I just had mine yesterday before I left.
Yeah, I saw all of David's nasty bit. Personally, he's the far worse than all of you, but yeah. He's just writing down more notes.
I feel like we were supposed to have some patient-doctor confidentiality there.
What? There's no HIPAA here.
I like to believe so.
It's fine. I've seen you, Nikki. You're fine. So come along now. Name. I need your name. And he's like, name. Right name. Can't call you specimen. Can't call you a patient the entire time. You see the guy. You see the guy. Henry Turncott.
Oh, Henry. All right, we'll walk on. I mean, I'm going that direction anyway, so might as well just walk together and get you to where you need to go.
Okay. Yeah. You see him get up. And then he gets up. You see the deepness of the color in his veins start to get more evident. Now that the blood's kind of coursing more and more as
Take it nice and easy.
I'm fine, really. If the captain says we need to do these, we do. But I feel fine. don't.
It's okay. You like I said, 10 minutes out of your day, you're feeling fine. Doctor sees you're fine.
I
We'll
don't.
send you right back.
It's really no problem.
No problem. We're
Just
just
a quick
checking
one
in.
done checkup.
Yeah,
I.
nice and easy.
Oh, okay.
So let's get skedaddling.
Sure. Yeah.
Quick in, quick out.
You see, he's waiting for you all to kind of lead him where he needs to go.
Yeah, let's get going. Yeah, if you're good, I'll help you up. Otherwise, so let's get going. Let's kind
He's already standing up.
Okay, let's just go. Start gesturing him for out and kind of walk.
Yeah, sure. You see Henry kind of proceed to go forward. And by then, you know, some of the other folks in the room, someone who have been resting or just or doing some regular cleaning around their bunk, are now all focusing on you, as Dr. Rykov wasn't too quiet when he came in, and the entire interaction was a bit more public than you could have wished it was, as they're all kind of looking at you, seeing him be let off essentially. You see, he's also noticed this, and he's kind of looking around. And you see, he's becoming a little bit more nervous the more and more you walk.
Just keep on walking.
All right, your physical's up next, buddy.
Yep. Everyone, we're gonna come back with a schedule for your physical, and they should be done by the end of the month. So we just are starting this, or we're just really pushing the initiative this month. So, you know, no worries, everybody.
Yeah, we're just. You see, Dr. Rykov kind of like begin to talk and like, I can't contribute anything, and just kind of continue writing down notes. Not too preoccupied. And you realize now, a lot of people are now have stopped looking at you all and are now looking at Henry.
We're gonna flank the sides of him. Try to hide up his veins.
Yeah.
Alright, we're gonna go Secret Service formation.
Yep.
As you do, you see worry start to get on some of the people, and you see some of them talking. And you make it out of the room easily enough. And you're starting to walk down the hallway. He's now becoming more and more nervous now that you're all kind of flanking.
Yeah. Oh, well, I'm assuming like it takes a little while to get to the doctors. Not a little while, but like there's other points in which I can like turn off. And they're like, oh, see you guys later. I'll just like take a quick right to like the kitchen or something. Just so it's like one less person so he gets less nervous.
Okay. As you're
See you guys later.
Have fun.
as you're walking down, the turn-off point would be around the staircase, because
Mhm.
staircases go down.
That's what I thought.
up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, then I'm
and as
going
you're-
up too.
Yeah. And as you're approaching, going up would take you to where the doctors are. Down would be mess hall. And as you proceed forward, he nervously in the center of you all. I'm not in trouble, am I?
No,
No.
there's nothing about being in trouble. If anything, you're good. I mean, you're doing great. You're getting your physical like captain's orders.
Yeah.
I mean, quite the opposite. And I just had to come down to the mess hall, go in the same direction. Why not all walk together? So, see you guys later.
You keep saying that.
Bye.
I was still doing the captain's work.
Bye.
You're talking, as I say, if he's looking at her, he's looking at the back of somebody's head.
I know. He turns over to you two. There's nothing wrong with me, right?
I mean, that's what we're gonna go find now. Hopefully not.
Well, yeah, hopefully you don't pop any knees any recently, things like that.
Okay. Yeah. And as you continue leading him up, um, as you go up, you go into. It doesn't take too long to get to the captain's deck, or the officer's deck, essentially, where all the officers' rooms are. And you proceed forward, and you make it to Dr. Rykov's office pretty easily. You go in, and he takes a hesitant seat on the bench, where Dr. Rykov usually sees his patient. And Dr. Rykov, standing there. All right, I think I got him. No worries, I'll make sure he's all right.
Okay. Oh yeah, I'm not here. I'm like, okay, step out.
Randomly, Petrichor just says okay in the middle of the mess hall.
Okay.
Several people look over.
Yep,
Like,
you guys just yeah, you have a good physical there. We'll make sure
Yeah.
to get all the paperwork set up, and then you'll be good to go. As they'll just kind of let them walk in the door.
Thank you. As Dr. Rykov kind of nods at you, then closes the door, leaving you and Terry out in the hall.
Keep an ear in the room.
This is
was
really,
that?
really.
Said I'll keep an ear kind of in the room, essentially.
This is bad. This is really, really bad.
Not yet, at least.
David, make me a perception check as you're trying to listen in through the door.
It's only an 11.
11? You don't hear much. You just hear murmurs here and there. Occasionally, you think you can make out a word just by the sheer amount of how much you've heard it.
As long
Like
as
the
it's not
occasional-
boom crash, I'm really not as concerned.
But other than that,
Really,
you
what
can't
I'm
really
listening for is, oh God, no, crash, 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 roar.
Basically.
If it's not those, then I'm fine.
But as the two are saying there, you do hear a female voice behind you. What are you doing?
Oh, just keeping an eye, just keeping a watch over here, while we're just checking something up. While Dr. Rykov is checking something out.
And Terry, you both realize that the voice is coming from Quillet, the quartermaster.
Mm.
He stands there holding her bag kind of close to her side. So the doctor's busy right now?
Unfortunately, yes.
Everything okay?
Well,
He's just doing a checkup on another patient. Just normal physical stuff.
I'll be a little more hush, but I'll be like, well, you're an officer, so we'll find out, but potentially no.
Sometimes you forget about that.
But in that case that you are, it may or may not be. We'll find out.
As an officer, I deserve to know what's going on. As she kind of leans in closer to you, to the two of you, understanding that whatever it is might require some subtlety.
Well, were you at all privy to the information that we had to bring back from the ship the other day? Well, with all the plants and the incident over there.
Oh, the Grover Miliki event.
Yeah.
The captain told us about it.
How much?
Pretty much the full report. All the officers should be aware of it.
Well, we're seeing some similar traits. And one of our crew members here is currently in the office.
How bad? He's not turning into some sort of creature, is he?
Not seemingly yet. talking about feeling some weird coursing powers and feels like things are crawling within his skin. So I'm gonna say probably not what it should be. But he doesn't have any crab appendages yet, so I guess we'll take our wins where we have them.
That's good. We need to, you probably need some help. We should probably get Silent over here to help you out. You know where he is? I haven't seen him.
He went off on a mission for the captain. He's off the ship.
He's off the ship.
I don't know. I
Didn't he
wasn't
go
told
with
which
you?
boat he went to, but he had to go to some other ship.
So he wasn't with you? He left with you all.
He was, but he pretty much never came back. He went right from our boat, dropping us off, to leaving right away.
Are you saying this to her face, or...
I mean, I have to kind of half listen, so I guess kind of.
Okay, maybe a deception check.
21.
21. Nice. Good enough. She looks at you. She veers into you.
Because I'm trying to listen in the room still.
You see, kind of just staring. Looks over at Terry. Well, if he's gone, he must be in captain's orders. Regardless,
That's all I was told.
well, haven't been told anything yet. Captain hasn't been seeing anybody. What happened on the other ship? The ones you visited today?
Well, I mean, honestly, we fought things that almost made potentially this make a little more sense.
What do you mean? Is there a danger to this ship?
Not yet, but there was some foam, and the creatures or something inhibited a similar color palette at some point. So there's a link. It's just what we haven't figured out.
Hence,
The ocean is not always kind.
that
That is
that
very
we can
true.
agree on. All right. Well, I appreciate the hard work that you two seem to be doing. I'll let the captain know how you continue to serve the ship rather well. Hopefully she can reward you all. Really, you're all performing above and beyond. It's weird that it's always the same few of you. You see for a brief second there seems to be a train of thought that she's kind of going on.
Well, you know, when you do one job good, you might as well use the same tool.
And you are a tool. All right.
Appreciate that one.
I don't forget easily, and I don't.
Well, soon
there.
enough, I think you'll make more notes to be able to further assess that. But for now, unless you're potentially you would like to wait in the wings for any potential scuffle that may or may not happen at some point, depending on how his reading goes. You may or may not want to continue to be here.
When you get a chance, let Dr. Rycliffe know I'm okay.
Oh, no problem.
Thank you. And you see her walk off, holding that bag closer. More so than when she walked up to you all. Meanwhile, in the mess hall, Petrichor, you do, and when you go down there, you see the regular array of people, usually having their late lunches at this point. You do see the Nephra and the girl he always seems to hang out with, Nina, kind of having this very quiet conversation with each other. She seems to be explaining something to him, and he seems to be nodding his head up and down, looking as nervous as can be. And you also see Ursha kind of approaching you. half her face, kind of um, the irritated smile that she usually always has. The other half unmoving.
Mhm.
Yeah, you're here for food.
Uh, not now. It's a bit early for dinner, but thank you, Ursha.
Anytime. Just know I might need your help with some of the fishing later on.
Absolutely, no worries. I can get some. Hopefully, I can get a whole bunch so the everyone can have a little something special today.
Oh, speaking of which, you were sent on that mission today.
Yeah, that was a waste of our time.
Oh, a shame. They need to apply your talents at better locations.
I know that's what I keep telling them, but it is what it is. No worries. I mean, just doing what is asked of me. So
Mm.
any way I can help out.
Yeah, one of these days, I'm gonna steal you for the kitchen permanently, Petra.
Oh,
Oh,
Ursha.
she kind of like leans in. All these other children have no idea how to cut a potato.
They have never worked a day in their lives, Ursha. We're the ones that need to put them to it.
It's like the world ended or something.
Ugh, I know, right?
Like, all right, dear. Well, when you get a chance, let me know. I'll take you.
Absolutely. Yeah. You know what? I'm not doing anything right now. I'll go see for you.
Much appreciated. You see, half of her face kind of the irritated smile goes away, and it's more of a genuine, like, almost grandmothery smile. You know the ones
Mm.
that a grandmother gives to their
Oh yeah.
grandchildren when they're like, "Oh, cutie." Um, you do see. Well, you do know where all the supplies are,
Yes,
so
ma'am.
feel free. Anything you catch, of course, you'll get first dibs on what you want to eat.
Thank you kindly. I will then go take up the supplies I need and just try to go fish like for 10 minutes until I hear some kind of big ass commotion.
All right, wonderful.
Extremely perceptive as I can.
You see her kind of just pat you on the side. I'm gonna go talk to the captain now. I just want to check up on things, so I'll talk to you later, okay?
Okay.
And you see her kind of make her way away from the mess hall. And at that moment, Petrichor, make me a perception check.
Ruby. Yes. Um, perception 21.
21. All right.
Hit me.
The minute you turn around to see Ursula walk away,
Wait.
you notice several eyes actually looking at you.
Hmm.
It's in the motion of you actually looking over to the older dwarven woman
Mhm.
walking. In that motion, you see the eyes looking at you, and once you turn back to further observe, quickly the heads just turn right back to whatever they're doing. And you see, well, most of them you don't really recognize. They seem to be from the other ship.
Mhm.
One or two, several menagerie of different peoples and races. Uh, you see two half elves, what looks to be a human, and you think a half orc. You think he looks a bit too pale, but you never know what he says. Kind of just look away. They're all kind of separated though, which kind of
Hmm.
they might just be curious about you, but you
Oh
don't know.
yeah. They're like, how did that girl become friends with her? Know how to work them.
How did
Like,
she become friends
girl.
with her? Oh,
So, but there is
Can't
one more
believe.
pair of eyes that catches your attention most of all. You see the Derekai woman with long dark hair, sitting off to the side, food untouched. Uh, she is the only one that doesn't look away. She just keeps staring you down. You see her fist is balled up around her fork, which seems smaller in size to compared to the rest of her
Yeah.
hand.
So where
Uh,
is she in like how far away Like, is she at like a far back table, or is she like front and center from where our discussion was?
In terms of square footage,
Mhm.
she seems to be about 15 feet away, sitting down, kind of facing you. You see, she's alone.
Mhm.
Nobody has decided to sit next to the dark-haired, black-blooded Derekai woman.
Mhm. And like, if I keep walking, because I'm sure I have to like walk a bit before I could go upstairs. I'm assuming to go back out to go fishing, what have you. Um, like, is she still like watching me like as I walk away, or as I
Well,
keep walking?
well, if you go and grab the equipment, you grab the equipment, and as you're walking around, you see her eyes are still trained on you, kind of following you, as you make your way out of the mess hall.
Sometimes I feel like somebody's watching
Oh, I
me.
wasn't making my way out of the mess hall. I was just making my way in the direction of getting out of the mess hall.
Okay. So are you walking like slower?
Yeah, and then I kind of just spin around on my heel
Mhm.
and like walk towards her. What's up? No.
What's up? What's up?
Swing,
Wanna go?
swing the fishing
No,
pole,
no,
hit clock her in the head.
I'll go up and be like, "Hi there. Noticed you were staring. I'm sure you're new here. Don't make mention of Ursha's latter side of her face. She doesn't like that. If you want to get extra meals, just be nice to her. Show her that you care and maybe give her a fish or two. All right? All right." And then I'll
Just
like
catch
turn
some
around and be on
fish.
my way.
You hear a brief as you turn around. And you still feel eyes on you though as you're walking.
Mhm. Is there something I can help you with? I know you're new here and you need to be shown around, but is there anything I can help you with?
You see her look at you for a good while. Actually, it's to the point where she just keeps looking at you, and
Mhm.
you don't know if she's gonna say anything.
Yeah.
Standing there waiting.
Like,
At the second,
my name is Petrichor. What's yours? Got it. Staring contest. Let's go.
Now you know. Welcome to my world.
I don't need a blink. Is there something wrong with your food?
Eyes always have water in them.
Exactly. Don't need a blink.
Stay hydrated.
you do notice that the food has been relatively untouched, but also it's a very small quantity. You
Mm.
recognize this to be she has done something, or has not been too friendly to Ursha to have dictated such a small portion.
Ah.
She's already witnessed the wrath. You do see the woman continue to stare at you, and in a somewhat gravelly voice,
Mhm.
a very deep and mature voice, you see her finally open her mouth and say, "The Backless. What is her name?
The who?
The Packless.
The what?
Mhm.
I don't know what you're talking about.
The one who's with you."
Well, I have usually a handful of people with me.
Not the
There's
scared boy,
okay, well that takes out one.
or the
Um,
obnoxious one.
okay, that's to take out the other. So you must mean Terry.
Terry.
Yeah. What do you have an issue with her? I mean, you called her the Packless? I don't understand. I'm not from these parts. I don't kind of understand a lot of cultural things. So if you can just explain that to me.
Don't worry about it. Thank you for your help. The food is yours. You see
No,
her
I.
get up, and you see she towers over you about two. She's about 2 heads taller than you, and she just
Okay.
walks away very stoically. And
Well,
and as you see her walk away, you do see her um, go towards actually the two other Derekai she's always with, who seem to have appeared around the doorway to the mess hall.
Hmm.
And once she joins
Welp.
them, you see them whisper something to each other and then walk away.
Well, they only know your first name. By this time, I'm gonna be like, okay, what's going on with the doctor? And I'm gonna go upstairs to go to the doctor's zone.
All right. Do you have the fishing pole with you?
Yeah.
Okay. Meanwhile, at the doctor's, David, the most you've heard is some excited chatter from the voice that you know to be Dr. Rykov, and some confused chatter, which you assume to be Henry's voice. You heard some rustling, very faintly, but there hasn't been any crashes or whatnot. You heard one thing clatter, um, and that's about it. It's been roughly quiet in there, despite the fact of how Dr. Rykov was acting earlier upon hearing about the news.
No, that's fine.
And then,
We'll wait along still.
mhm. Just the two of
I
you
think it's
there.
going well.
Come over here. We're going to need to act like we're waiting on something else.
How much do you know about Henry?
What?
You sleep with the guy? Do you know?
What?
Look, I'm just worried. What if he turns into another monster? Does he have magic? Does he not have magic?
I don't know.
Are we all gonna die again?
We need to act like we're
Again,
talking
we're
about
dead the
something
first time.
else. Get over here. Over here. I'm kind of moving a little more away from the door, so it's just trying to like seem more nonchalant. Get over here. Over. We need to not act like we are not waiting for them specifically.
But we are.
Yes, we have to act like we are not.
Oh, okay.
That way, it's just us being in the officers' quarters.
As you guys are
Talk
talking,
to
several people are
me.
and walking in front of like captain's quarters. They're just giving you side looks like, all right, why are these two people kind of standing in front of the doctor's room?
We're to the side of it.
Yeah. They don't say anything. They're just confused. Why you're just standing in the hallway?
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. The food is going. And she's been getting some good fish lately, and I think something's really starting to turn around.
So I'm saying, why don't we just make all the boats out of oak wood? All right? Why is it always gotta be different kinds? Some of them have birch. Like that's a rare one to find. You just cut it down and make a boat. You know how you just find oak pretty much everywhere. They're the
I don't
very
know
most.
about that anymore.
Although some nice pine trees, they're very buoyant and they smell real good for a while. Of course, then you get the water smell in there.
Sadly, I feel like a lot of this pent up questioning from your end is maybe a little too late.
Look, man, this is all. I'm just rattling off because I'm nervous. We're all gonna die.
We are not. We're going to be fine.
If the doctor gets infected, we're screwed.
I can be the first person to tell you that is not the case.
After you say that, the door opens suddenly. You see Dr. Rykov rush out.
We're screwed!
Get out! Doc!
Very curious thing just happened. He was sitting there, and he points at the bench. And then he's not there.
Ah!
I'll get up to the room. What do you mean?
What?
He was just sitting there, and then all of a sudden, his body just started vanishing. It was,
Not again.
I don't know. His veins started glowing a little bit, then he was gone.
Did he
Is
roll a
it
natural one?
possible?
Did he fail a save?
I don't know.
Is it possible he's still there, just invisible?
Yeah, did you try waving your arm across where he was?
No, I was taking too many notes.
Well, go
Then
check.
why'd you open the door? Hurry up, shut it!
Tap.
As you say that, you do. You both do hear with your passive perceptions is just some footsteps going away from you down the hall.
I knew
Footsteps
it!
don't belong to anybody though.
Follow
As
those
you also hear-
footsteps.
All right, you follow the footsteps, and at this point, Petrichor, you're coming up the stairs.
Yeah.
Make me, yeah, make me a dexterity saving throw. As you're coming up, approaching the top of the staircase.
That's gonna be a 14.
That's gonna be a 14.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you succeed. As you feel this force kind of hit you,
Mm-hmm.
and easily with your training, you kind of teeter a bit. You quickly lash out with the fishing pole, and that kind of shoots you a bit forward, so you wouldn't fall back.
Mm-hmm.
And you hear some tumbling next to you as someone goes down the staircase, but there's nobody there. Strangely enough, but surely enough,
Guys!
You will very quickly see us running to you.
This is
I'll
gonna
probably
sound
hear that
crazy.
too.
As, yeah, I'm gonna make sure to like actively be trying to listen for footsteps and where to follow.
yeah, you do see Petrichor kind of regaining her balance.
Petra, perfect. Hey, for no reason at all, did
Find the invisible
no-
man!
Yeah,
Go!
Something down the stairs. Oh, okay, let's go.
As you all look at the bottom of the stairs is now Henry, shirtless, kind of looking kind of bruised. You see the veins are now running all over his body,
God.
and there's somewhat glowing. And you see his eyes are also starting to get the
Everybody grab him! Everybody grab him! Everybody grab him!
I'm gonna take
Grab
my,
him.
my cloak.
I'll take him
that I
down.
wear over it, and I'm gonna put it over him so that nobody can see.
Hey, stop! As he's as you all kind of go on him, you see him kind of reach out with his hands in desperation. I need you all to make me a dexterity saving throw.
17.
12.
Also 17.
All right.
I don't know if I made this one, y'all.
Okay, so for the two of you who rolled 17s,
Thank you.
you only take 6 damage. While Petrichor, you take the full 12. As all of a sudden, you see his veins shine up a little bit in this violet hue that you're all now almost too familiar with. As they all kind of coalesce into his fingertips and shoot out as flames coming from all his fingertips onto you.
Do you know magic?
Immediately, you're all drenched with this flame. Terry, your cloak immediately goes up in flames, as well as some of the wood infrastructure around you.
This is what happens
As you
when
see-
Oakwood.
As he sees that, I'm sorry. As he starts running away,
Henry, no, come back.
I need y'all to roll initiative.
Ooh, that's a spicy 21.
I feel like the baseline of him getting up and getting a head start.
This is very Scooby-Doo. We chase him down the halls, going in whatever rooms, going invisible.
However, what he fails to remember is I have Whipmaster.
All right, so let's see here. Terry, what did you get?
20 total.
20 total. Ooh. David.
I got a 20 total.
What are your dexterity scores?
18.
18.
Damn it. Both of you roll d20.
2.
Oh,
8.
well.
Terry gets the plus. Terry gets the new game plus.
Woo!
Patrickor, what you
It's
get?
all the broken things.
21.
21.
Boss
Patrickor
characters,
beats
all the
of
fun
you.
stuff.
Henry gets a nice and solid 5. All right. Top of the round. Henry is now about 10 feet going downstairs
Perfect.
and running in the mad dash. His full chest explodes, the veins lit, panic in his eyes. Petrichor, what do you do? You currently have a fish
What is
board.
on fire?
Terry's cloak and the wall.
Okay.
Also 1 or 2 stairs.
Okay. DM question. So,
Yes.
as a boat, would I be able to like shape water, like even if it's like a puddle, because water comes in like from people or what have you? I feel like, I don't know. I just want to see if I can get somehow some kind of shape water, some kind of water to at
Aren't
least
you made
take.
of water?
Think of
Yeah,
think
but
of
like-
the properties of matter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Inside the
Would
ship,
a small
you
puddle in your hand put out a fire?
Yeah, I know. That's
Yeah.
why I'm like, I know, but
here's the thing. You.
Oh, wait,
Your
Terry
water
knows
genocide.
ice shit. What do I care about this?
Well,
Okay.
here's the thing. Let me
Fast
answer your
monk
question.
girl, chase man.
Here's the thing.
So I'm like, wait a second.
Okay, so let me answer your question. So you're
Yeah.
inside the ship.
Mhm.
There's not really any water source available except for your hair.
Yeah,
So you could theoretically control water right now.
yeah.
It would just mean you'll you'll get some short hair for a good while.
Terry, I trust that you can handle this. Okay. I'm just gonna start booking it.
All
And
right.
then when I get to him, I'm gonna try to take my staff and like get him by the knees and take him down.
All right. Go ahead and make me an attack roll.
Oh man. What would I add to this?
It's just a regular attack roll, so add your modifiers to it.
That's gonna be a 10.
10 does not hit as he's kind of going down an angle and you're trying to lash out. Are you lashing out with a fishing pole or did you?
No, my staff.
Okay, so you drop this fishing pole, you pull out your staff,
Mhm.
which you always carry with you. You lash out. The angle of which he's going down kind of
Messes with me.
knocks you off, and you almost hit his leg, but you just miss.
Okay. Then I'm going to try. Can I can do another attack, right? Yes, bonus action. I am going to run up to him and see if I kick him in the back.
All right. You go in with the quarterstaff, you use that as your base, and then you lash out with a kick. Go ahead and make me another attack.
No. Man, it's only a 7.
It's a 7?
Yeah.
Okay, I heard 27. I'm like,
Oh, I said
what?
I-
It was a 27.
I mumbled. I said it's only a 7.
I see. Okay, you lash out with your foot. From the strike of the quarterstaff, you see him kind of reflexively duck a little bit. That ducking kind of saves him from your
Don't
impending kick
duck!
to the back. As you kind of swing around and land back on the staircase.
God
Is there
damn
anything
it.
else you'd like to do?
There's nothing I can do. Yeah, there's nothing I can do. Nope.
All right.
Halt! You have violated the law.
So that's your turn. Terry, your cloak's on fire. You're also currently holding your cloak. And some of the walls also on fire. And your person you're trying to capture is now running away.
Choices.
And before that, I yelled, "You got this, Terry!"
As she goes and whiffs both attacks.
Oh, I don't got this though.
Yeah, she didn't say it. She did.
Yeah, no.
Give her that credit.
I said I believe in you, Terry. You got this.
Now, which one?
I honestly thought you said bitch what?
What bitch?
Now, all right, I'm gonna do. Let's see. Since I'm holding it, I'm gonna try to use frostbite on the cloak to cool that down, and then beat that against the other fire.
Okay, yeah, sure. So I'll let you wave around the cloak as a bonus action. The frostbite. Yeah, the cloak fails. It's a cloak. So using enough
Yeah.
frost over the cloak, the flames are doused, and you start beating
Good, good, good.
the flames on the wall, which is slowly engrossing. Thankfully, uh, the ship has been tempered against fires. It's a standard ship making practice to make sure that the wood is kind of covered in some sort of resin or some sort of substance to prevent fires from catching on. So it's stopping some of it, and you start hitting it. Fires might be going down next turn. You don't know.
All right, well, I'll keep it at it then.
All right, David, it's now your turn.
First,
Yes.
I run up in front of him
Okay.
because he was 10 feet away.
Yep.
Which means I go 20 feet in front of him.
It's a big crowd, but yeah.
If I can do it, I can.
Yep. You slip on by.
I take my whip.
Get out of
You wrap him up.
so you take your action to summon your whip.
Yes, and I essentially just try to hold. Effectively, I'm attempting to hold the wall
Okay. So your
because I
action is
can't.
blocked
I
with-
can't shove yet.
Okay.
So at least I can bring it out
And have
and
it ready
stand
to go.
in front of him.
All right. Sounds good. So you summon the whip in your hand.
Because recall, I have a 15-foot reach.
That's fair. Yeah. You see him.
my space of attack of opportunity is wide.
So that's your turn. You see him stop as he looks around, panic in his eyes. The glow. You see the glow. A similar glow appears from when he started casting the first spell. Instead, this one goes throughout his body, dispenses out quickly, and kind of rushes back in. And then he's gone.
Invisible man.
I can still feel for him. One way or another.
Yeah.
One way or another, he can't pass by this hallway without me somewhat noticing.
Always 10 foot tall. 10 feet tall. You can only feel 5 foot square, my friend.
Yeah, but how big is this hallway?
10 feet. 10 feet wide.
You're willing to tell me that he's somehow deafened?
No.
There is more to your physical movement than just the sight of you.
Oh, I know.
There is wind. There is
Yeah.
motion. There is sound.
Yeah. Whether or
Feel a
not you
little
pick
tickle
up on
underneath
it
your
is
armpit.
whether or not you hear is based on his stealth check. Which isn't that great.
I'll say, how actively is he really being stealthy? As a
Well,
man who
that
doesn't
helps
seem
it.
to know what he's doing,
All right, he's
I
invisible
question his ability to really be stealthy. He's more
Well,
like
that's
a
right.
wild animal at this point.
Well,
All
you
of
don't
us
know.
are.
Regardless, his stealth check is pretty high. As I realize he's invisible, he technically has advantage on it.
That's a valid point.
As you now don't know where he is. Petrichor, it's now your turn.
So now David's in front of me, and I kind of like
Actually, Petrol, real quick.
Yeah.
Technically, you would still get this. Go ahead and make me an opportunity attack at disadvantage.
Ah, okay. A 7 and 4. That's gonna be like a 6.
6?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you at the right modifiers to it? Do you have a +2 to attack?
Wait.
Yeah, how do you have a plus
Is it
2?
2? I think it's. I was thinking initiative. Never mind. It's still just like a 4, I think.
If you
Yeah.
rolled a 4, your
It should
attack
be
Hang
is
on one
plus
second.
2 plus your dex.
8. What?
Your attack is
Mhm.
for any unarmed strike is your
Mhm.
proficiency is your roll plus your proficiency modifier plus your dexterity.
This is news to me.
That's how it should be
You haven't
labeled
used that this
on
entire time?
D&D Beyond.
It just says hit/DC, and I add that.
Yep, that's +4. That's what you add.
Yeah.
So it's 8.
Yeah. 8.
Yep, 8. All right, still misses, but
Good try.
yep. And when you see him disappear, you instinctively just lash out to try to
Yeah.
see if you.
You're there somewhere. I know it.
But you do miss as you hit only air. That's now your turn. Now officially your turn.
Okay.
That was your reaction from the last turn.
I am going to. Let's see what I can do. I will. I'm assuming he's running forward. I don't know if he's been like spinting or anything. And I don't want to use a ranged weapon right now. So I am just going to try to use my staff and like trying to like, where are you? While running forward.
Okay. Go ahead and make me a
Fucking mess.
make me an attack roll with this.
Disadvantage?
Yeah. Since you don't know where you're swinging at.
That's cock. That one's down too. Okay, that was the same number. That's gonna be a 7.
7.
For sure this time.
Got it. All right. Nothing.
Yeah.
You're David, you see Petrichor swinging around her quarterstaff. A little bit danger close to you.
Just
And
duck.
and just
Careful
swinging
with
it
that
around.
thing.
Is there anything else you'd like to do, Petrichor?
I am gonna try flurry of blows and start punching the air. I'm really determined.
Hey!
Gonna get you at one point.
Whoa, no, 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 no,
You
no, no,
see
no, no.
Petrichor.
Basically. Okay,
Go ahead and make me 2 attacks at disadvantage.
okay.
Whoa.
That's a 6. That's a
Okay.
6. And
Got it.
then,
Take your dice. You ever rolled above a 10 like the whole session?
I know. I need to go cleanse them. I don't know how to do math. 13.
13.
Yeah,
Okay.
I feel a whiff.
David,
Oh.
Petrichor is effectively doing martial arts skills in front of you.
Oh, jeez. I'm sorry. Not
But it
really.
doesn't seem like she connects with anything.
She's trying.
Give me my ball,
Somehow
okay?
purple goop has made this man a tactical mastermind.
Fuck you, Whipman.
I'm not criticizing you. It's just somehow he went from guy in bed to tactical mastermind.
That could turn invisible.
Honestly, we never knew him before. He could have
Eh,
always been a tactical mastermind.
It doesn't take
I have my
that
doubts
much
of people on the ship.
It's always the ones you least expect.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't take that much to think, man, that guy has a weapon. Not gonna go towards him.
So I'm gonna somehow understand my newfound powers instantaneously.
Hey, but it works. It works.
Welcome to the problem of every show ever.
No, that's exactly what it is. It is absolutely the villain complex. A number of
need to
shows
have
do
him
this.
on.
It's because you're just mad because you can't see him. Terry, it's now your turn.
Okay. Are the flames out yet?
Mostly. A few bits here and there.
All right, good enough. So I'm gonna try to do a really weird thing that's probably not gonna be allowed, but I'm gonna try it anyways. I would like to use frostbite again on the ship. Like, cool down this entire section, make it very cold for everyone.
You want to see people's breath.
There you go.
All right.
As stealthy as you are, you still gotta breathe.
Yep.
Well,
Is okay. I just gotta look to see what.
you can aim in like a location.
You're going in this direction, I guess.
I'm just gonna look at frostbite real quick. Give me
Well,
one
effectively,
second.
the way a lot of times the way
It does say creature.
effectively,
I'm
if you want to think of it, we had this idea where we looked. Think of it this way. So we found a way to
Yeah.
hear him before, right?
Uh-huh.
So if you're trying
just
to
has to
find
get-
an invisible man, how would you attempt to do that? What would be your
I
first
don't
step?
like riddles.
What would be your first step?
Freeze the air so I can see his breath.
Punch it.
Well, so the first time we figured out where he was going by what?
His footsteps.
Punching.
Yes. So how would you attempt to potentially locate an invisible man?
By freezing the air and seeing his breath.
All right. Metagaming
This
aside,
is like, I'm trying to help him solve his own question here.
I know, and I'm saying that this ship has a Constitution saving
Oh
throw.
my god. Shut up. No way. It's wild. Ship. You
A
crazy.
ship that actually has a
You
Constitution.
crazy ship.
I mean,
I
yeah.
got a 22, but chooses to fail as it is a ship.
Chooses to fail.
Fail. Good one.
And so you hit.
So what I'm hearing is that numbing frost is now covering this section of the ship.
In a 5-foot square, yeah, on the wall.
I'll take it.
All right, you hit the wall. It's now covered in ice and frost.
It's better than fire.
That's the stuff.
All right, but alas, nothing there. Besides just ice.
All right, well, he ain't coming this way. You guys go that way.
So that's your turn, Terry. David, it's now your turn.
I'm going to see if I can hear which direction he went.
All right. You're still 20 feet down the hall, right?
Yeah, where I ended my last turn.
Okay.
My perception is that. So it is an 18.
18. You hear several things creak in the ship. You hear Petrichor kind of stomping around as she's doing her flurry of blows. You hear the frost impacting against the ship's side. You hear the cries of the ship as it takes 1d6 of frost damage.
That'll show it.
Yep. And you hear some stairs creak.
The stairs.
The stairs.
Wait, is Terry the one by the stairs?
Yep. But over towards like the flat end that one stair like goes up and then kind of flats out and then goes up the other way.
Well, I get up near it.
The flat landing, I should say.
Well, I get up near it, so I'm kind of close to Terry, and I just kind of do a general whip slash.
Make me an attack with disadvantage.
That's right.
That's right.
Disadvantage.
How do you like it now?
How do you like me?
Apples.
Well, we'll find out. Hopefully that my
Better
lower
than,
roll
like,
being
a
a 10 will help because that
3
makes
roll,
it 18.
18.
Yeah.
Alright.
Now the roll was a 17. Would have been even better.
Where are you aiming it towards, by the way?
I mean, because I'm effectively aiming for about how close to Terry did I get with my full movement, or at least how close to next to Terry can I get Because if she's on the bottom of the stairs, essentially.
No, she's towards the landing. So the landing is about. If you had to put it into words, landing is a 10-foot wide, 10-foot square essentially, both sides. The stairs go down. There's the landing, and then other stairs go the opposite way. You know how the stairs usually go crisscross in buildings. In this case, Terry is on that landing, about 10 feet to go down the stairs. So she's not at the bottom of the stairs you're closest to. She's on the bottom of the stairs leading up to the next deck. That makes sense. You're not wrong. You're just.
I'm still going for. Then I know she's not in range of it.
Yes.
So I am aiming. So I'm essentially aiming for up these stairs.
Up the stairs.
Because I heard the stair creak, so I am aiming up the stairs. Because effectively, I'm going with the deduction that he is somehow between me and Terry.
All right. So you go up the stairs. Roll damage.
Cool.
And out.
The attempt with this is to aim low. Oh, wait, no, it is a D8 now. Whether or not the like eldritch power that summons it at this point it doesn't any better, but you know, you can aim for the feet as much as you want.
Yep.
And that makes it a 14.
14. All right.
And it is magical.
Yeah, I'm aware.
Okay.
Don't worry.
I don't know if it makes a difference or not.
It doesn't.
Okay.
Regardless, like a whip on flesh, you hear the crack and you hear a sharp yell as something kind of tumbles a bit towards the top of the stairs, leading up to the next deck.
Wait,
Oh, I hope it's not a random person.
let me see.
There's nobody there.
Okay.
Hold on. If I've hit him, hold on. Where are my feet? Thanks.
Oh yeah, sorry, we did have a feat, didn't we?
That is just the shove. But this has
How will I pick?
All right, but this doesn't have anything else. Okay, so it was just shoving. All right, unfortunate, but the only thing I can do at this point. So, I'm not going to shove him as a result. I'm just going to let him hopefully be semi-tripped up.
All right.
Trip.
I say hopefully.
If only you were a bad master and you actually had a triple. Regardless, it's now.
I have a shove.
You have a shove.
If I need him to go the other direction.
Yeah, whenever. On his turn, you do hear more footsteps. And as the footsteps are getting fainter and fainter, you do see some bright spots of blood start appearing, seemingly in the trail going down. As they start appearing, it seems that after a certain distance, they just appear.
Follow the blood.
Follow the blood.
As he is making his way, you see they, from your vantage point, you won't see where they go off to, but you know this hallway leads to the Elder's Case, leading up to the top deck.
Stop him.
Let's go. Follow that blood.
All right, so that's his turn. He takes the dash. Petrichor, it's now your turn. You're at the bottom of the staircase.
I'm gonna run up that staircase and follow that trail of blood.
All right, are you using a dash action?
Remember all of your monkly abilities.
I know. Yeah, let's go with that. I'm still learning, okay?
I know, that's what I'm saying. Just always check.
I know. Okay.
Many things are able to be learned by looking at your character sheets.
I do. Try. Yes, I'm going to do a dash. I'm gonna rub there real quick. and try to like find the source.
You do a dash. Your dash is 80 feet. Ooh. So you actually get up the stairs pretty easily. You get to the point where you see some of the blood has, where the blood kind of starts appearing,
Huh.
and that's about it. So you actually get there, you see some blood start to materialize
Okay.
on the ground.
On the ground. I'm going to do an unarmed strike and try to punch like right above that. So it's like I know it's on the ground, but I'm gonna do it like directly above that.
In order to do an unarmed strike as bonus action, you gotta attack with your main action.
Okay. Can I try to grapple him?
Unless, well, here's the thing. Unless you use
Always
a key
remember
point,
step of the wind.
yeah, unless you use a key point to use step of the wind, you can do dash as a bonus action, allowing you to do an action as a punch.
I see. Okay, well, I can't do anything.
All right.
This is what I meant.
Yeah. Well,
Alright.
I can't take my action back, so.
There we go. So, I appreciate your sportsmanship in this. Terry, it's now your turn. There's a frozen wall in front of you, and you now know there's blood.
Follow the blood. It's like a bloodborne
Okay.
cry. Follow the blood.
I will follow the blood.
Do not fear the blood.
All right. Are you dashing like everybody else?
I don't know. Do you have as much reason to?
Ooh, I think he's frozen.
No. He's moving for me at least.
Yes.
Okay. So you dash and you get right up to where Petrichor is.
I'm just like, yes, I am frozen.
And it feels so good.
And you get up to where Petrichor is. You see right there where you see the blood starting to materialize. It's not more materialized.
It's right here!
What do you do?
I am gonna try to use True Strike on him.
That's curious application to that spell. But, alright. Let's see, True Strike. That's funny. Because it doesn't,
'Cause it doesn't
say
say-
it has,
Right.
yeah, it's
Seen
You
or
punch
just
heard.
have to like
series.
know you just have to know of him in your
No, he's
vicinity.
there. Gonna get ya.
Alright.
You
So,
feel his
Terry-
essence.
Terry,
Trust me, I'm all about loopholes.
Terry, your eyes glow slightly as you kind of focus on a spot where you guess where he is. Immediately,
The blood helps.
You see, some of the wood kind of bent down a little bit. Kind of like the dust in the air move ever so slightly. You realize if he's anywhere, he's there.
Excellent. I will relay this information to the crew, as that is my
Alright.
turn.
You point.
There.
He's
Alright.
there exactly.
Oh. David, it's now your turn.
So when I get up 30 feet, where does that
Yep.
get me now?
30 feet from there.
In conjunction
you're-
to this
you-
blood trail.
You're following the blood trail. You're technically 30 feet away from the other two.
Okay, but like, so the blood trail still going between to like two in between them.
Yep.
Okay. So he is exclusively running. Do I pass by as I'm kind of getting up here? Am I passing by any like? As I am moving up to the 30 feet, am I passing by any like rooms that I know, like officer rooms and stuff like that?
Yeah, you're going down the officer hallway right now, actually.
Officers, help! As I will also then use the rest of my movement to
know.
dash forward.
All right, you get up right.
Officers, we
behind-
require assistance!
You come up right behind Terry and Petrichor.
Yes, as I am making shouts for the officers to get out of the rooms. Officers, help! There's an invisible spell man running amok.
You do see Dr. Rykova poke his head out because you're right up next to his room. He's like, "You guys find him?"
He's invisible, and he's casting spells. We need help. He can't get to the deck.
My early hypothesis worked, as it's now Henry's turn. As you hear more stairs creaking, this time it looks like he stopped being stealthy at all, and he's just going up to the top deck.
No.
Petrichor, it's now your turn.
Oh boy. Oh man.
It's easier to find him now. He's like
Maybe he won't be at a disadvantage.
he abandoned his stealth.
You do see
There's
blood,
noise to your advantage.
start materializing on the staircase.
Okay, I'm gonna use my quarterstaff and try to whack him.
All right. Just so you know, if you go 30 feet forward, there's still some blood ahead of you.
Oh, okay. He's not fast. That's pretty damn fast.
He's just running.
What
at
did
this
we
point.
just learn?
I don't know what I
Just like
just
the
learned.
Force. It's it's like Obi-Wan giving advice. Think
It's just David. It's just David. creeping
believe in your powers.
Oh no, I don't like pressure.
Use the Force. Petrichor. Use the Force.
Do it.
Okay,
Do it.
I'll use a key point to do Step of the Wind.
There we go.
There we go.
All right, you dash forward. You see, you're now right up to the spot where the blood is reappearing.
Hmm. And then I'm just gonna punch him.
Go ahead and make me an attack roll with disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
Yep.
Oh,
Fortunately, True Strike only works with Terry.
that's gonna be a
Yes,
17.
unfortunately.
It's gonna be a 17 with advantage.
A 13 and a 14.
Ooh,
See,
there we
there
go.
we
Roll
go.
damage.
See, there we go.
Woohoo.
As
Roll
you
for
la-
damage.
That's
As
why I
you
would
lash
say.
out
All I
with
know,
a
I
low-place
like usually
punch.
it's like as long as I roll like a 9 or 10, I'm pretty good, even if I have the disadvantage.
I've been doing really bad. That's gonna be I'm not good at math. 6.
You feel impact, and
Mhm.
immediately you say 6. All right. You feel impact. Immediately, the shroud comes down, and you see a very frightened Henry take the punch to the upper chest as he kind of staggers a little bit back as you were kind of right up next to him, and he had turned around. As you punch him, you see him cough up a little bit of blood. The violet now running down his
Oh no.
his chin. You see his upper body is glowing more than usual at this point.
There shouldn't be a usual glowing body in general.
All right. Now that's your action, your bonus action.
I got him! I got him, you guys!
As you say that, you see everybody and anybody on the deck are looking at.
Are they on the
you
deck
two.
already?
Yep.
No. Well,
As they're all now looking eyes wide, seeing this brightly veined man being punched in the face by Petrichor. Terry, it's now your turn.
let's see here.
30 feet will take
Alright.
you up the stairs.
Well, where will 60 feet take me?
Right next to Petrichor.
All right, I'll do that then and help her restrain him.
All right, you get up there, you use your action to dash, and now you're there.
I am here.
Thank you, Terry! I gotta wait for a slowpoke.
Terry, is there anything else you'd like to do?
Do I still? Can I throw my cloak back over him, even though it's kind of burnt?
You can make the attempt.
All right, I'm gonna try to make the attempt, and I
He does not
swear,
want
if
to
he
be
burns,
cloaked.
look, if he burns this one again, he's gonna get ice down his throat.
Roll me a d20.
Oh shit! Of course, got my dice.
These are the worst
Without any
officers
modifiers,
ever.
it's
They
19.
didn't hear my words at all.
19. The cloak kind of lands on his shoulder. He's more distracted by the fact that he just got punched. But he now has a shoulder cloak.
Ooh.
You do notice now
Fancy.
there is a nasty gash going down next to his right thigh, and you see that's kind of pulsating this sickly looking violet blood. As is now David's turn.
You know, as I try to yell for officers as I get up to, or as I like leave the officers' quarters to get up the stairs, and then I'll kind of just get myself relatively like within about like the 10 feet or so, but I'm gonna edge more to the side, like towards where like the like essentially as towards one of the sides of the ship essentially. So I'm airing on
Okay.
this side rather than being like essentially I'm using my extra movement to get more to the side rather than being right next to the team members.
Okay, so you're using your dash movement to get to the side then?
Yeah, like because of the because I was just kind of giving the yelling for officers as I was going up. Then once I got to the 30 feet, I used the dash to get to more of a side, but still only 10 feet away from him proper.
Okay. So that's your turn.
And then I'm just kind of going to note to him just the you're only making this worse. Just calm down.
I'm gonna say you're about 15 feet away from him.
That doesn't mean I can't talk to him.
I know.
Is
I'm
he
just
deaf?
saying. I'm making the note. No, why would you assume he's deaf? But I'm just making a note. You're 15 feet away from him. For your next turn, should you decide to attack, just so
I
you
also
know,
have a reaction.
just so you're aware of where the map is or where you are on the map. You're also next to a couple of the crew who are just now looking at you, very unsure of what's going on right now.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of why I was giving the.
So what do you say again?
Like, you have to calm down. You're only gonna make things worse. You already harmed part of the ship and these crew and us. I just
And
want to
as you
help
say that-
you.
And as you say it, Dr. Rykoff kind of comes up on the staircase too. I'm gonna say, as an extension of your turn, he's just gonna use his movement to get up there. He's holding your shirt, by the way,
That's my other shirt. I
Yes.
have another one on. It's fine.
and has been stuffing it into a bag.
I still have my coat, which is the important part.
The man's shirt, not your shirt.
Well, this was the discussion the last time. There was a shirt issue.
Yeah.
So many
No,
shirts.
That shirt is now currently either in the sea or has flown into another ship, and now someone has a new shirt. And it
Well.
was taken by the wind, like a turd in the wind. Regardless, as Henry kind of looks at you, you see he's kind of holding his chest. His leg is bleeding profusely. The veins are now almost blinding violets. His eyes are now fully the same color. As you see him kind of stand there, I don't want to die.
You're going to be
I'm
fine.
sorry. I don't want to die.
No
Yeah, as he
one-
you see him, his face tense as he tries to mimic the same action he did earlier. He puts his hands together and kind of holds out to you all, especially to Petrichor and Terry. With you, David, someone in trajectory. As he does this, you see the violet energy kind of flow towards his arms, into his fingertips, and for a brief second, you see fire start to come out. It comes out and you see the flames kind of lick your face, Petrichor, and you too, Terry. You feel the heat, the intensity, and then you see the flames kind of come back as they quickly divert into violet energy again and kind of rush back into his hands. You see more fear on his face as the violet kind of rushes back towards him. You see him look down, panic in his eyes as the violet energy kind of comes down to where his where you assume his heart is, and kind of stays there. And then for a brief second, there's silence. And then next thing you know, all you see is violet as a loud boom erupts from the deck of the Ember.
Yep.
And that's where we're going to end the session for tonight.
Oh
Great, he
boy.
exploded.
Boom!
Shabam.
All right, guys.
Or
It's like the
bam.
purple version of killing an android in Aliens.
Pretty much. So regardless, thank you all for joining us in this session. A bit of a weird time, but you know, us civil servants have to do our duty to the broken economy that is the United States. Anyways, tune in tomorrow for another exciting episode of the Ever Crescent Moon. And thank you all again for watching. You all have a great night. And also check out our new gameplay videos that we're releasing now. There are a couple kickers in there. I try my
Ooh.
hand at book one, and there's something else that's being released later on.
Mhm.
Is it this week, Marshall, or
Tomorrow.
next week?
Yes, tomorrow.
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 Fire Emblem
I'm
comes
so
out
excited
tomorrow.
because Marshall puts me in my place regarding birth dates. Anyways,
Yes, we all have to take a lesson in how to deal with
humility.
Fire Emblem Three Houses, don't we?
Oh yeah.
Crap.
Hold
But yeah,
on.
all the three houses memes onward. Hope you all have a great night, and I will see you all next week.